Welcome to Two Wheels, and on this week's show I'll be travelling to Yorkshire to join up with PC Chris Pulfrey as he trains some police motorcyclists to ride off-road. But first, here's Wayne with a unique quiz show which he's devised for taking a look at scooters. Yes, it's the show we've all been waiting for, and here at absolutely no expense, it's Wayne Kershaw.
Thank you very much, thank you. Well, welcome to this evening's quiz. I hope you enjoy yourself. We certainly intend to. And I can tell you this evening we've got some excellent contestants. We've got 3 contestants from various different parts. Our first contestant is in fact Wayne Kershaw. Wayne Kershaw is from Warrington. Welcome, Wayne. And Wayne is in fact a TV presenter on the very infamous programme Two Wheels, and that's on the Men and Motors channel. And then we have next to him Wayne. Now Wayne, he in turn has in fact had some accumulated knowledge about motorcycling because he's been several times British motorcycle champion. Well, welcome Wayne, and we hope you do well this evening. And finally, our third contestant is in fact Wayne. Welcome Wayne, and I believe you indeed have some motorcycle experience. You have been in the motorcycle trade selling motorcycle clothing and accessories for around 20 years now. You must have started when you were 3 years old. Well, welcome to the programme. Let's hope you do very, very well indeed. And I believe you frequently get the opportunity to ride some scooters. Well, tonight's star prize, ladies and gentlemen, is indeed that, a scooter. Just like these beautiful examples we've got here. And also tonight, ladies and gentlemen, our audience in the studio are going to play a part. Yes, you're going to play a part because we have some buzzers for you to choose the colour that our contestants win this evening. So let's get on with tonight's show. Fingers on the buzzers, because this round you buzz in. Are you ready? What does the initials TBG stand for? It's somewhat of an unusual company really, to be fair. A name that you wouldn't link with scooters, motorcycles or anything. It's actually Taiwan Golden Bee Company Limited. That's the correct answer. Okay, this again is with a buzzer round. So, fingers on the buzzers as they say. On Two Wheels of recently, we have indeed tested some other scooters. They were 125s. Do you know what models we used? I think you previously road tested. Would it be the funny looking 125, the DNA from Gilera? And also, if memory serves me right, you also did, let me see, an MBK, I can't remember the models, and then a Gilera Runner 125 VX 4-stroke, remember that. That's correct, that is the correct answer. Okay, let's get straight into the next question. What CC is the scooter you see in front of you in blue and yellow here, the 303 RS? I know that this model is done in 2 engine sizes, to be honest, Wayne. Now, there's a 125 4-stroke and there's a 50cc 2-stroke, and judging by the size of the exhaust on that, I'm confident that that is a 50cc 2-stroke. Well done, correct answer. So here we are with the very final question. Fingers on the buzzer, gentlemen. What I want to know is, this model, the 101S here, is available in 3 colours. What are they? Wayne? Red. Well, it's not obvious, is it, seeing as we've got a red one in the studio? Well, thank you for your efforts. Anybody else, gentlemen? Wayne? Red and blue. Oh, and you're taking too long. Wayne? Red, blue, and silver. Yes! Whoa, we have a winner, ladies and gentlemen. It is Wayne in the middle there. Wayne takes away with him a nice, shiny helmet. He's got a lovely warm pair of gloves to use, and indeed a jacket to keep him nice and warm. All we ask of you, Wayne, is to come back next week and tell us which one of the 2 scooters you indeed prefer. Well, you don't have to wait till next week, because later on in the programme, Wayne will report on exactly what he thinks of those new little scooters. So don't go away.
Very often people say to us, how can I get in touch with you guys at Two Wheels? I've got something you need to know about. It might be something bad, it might be something good, somebody deserves a pat on the back, or it might be something that you think we should feature on the show. Well, now it's dead simple, and this is how you do it. You can write to us at this address over here, Two Wheels, Men and Motors, Granada TV, Key Street, Manchester M60 9EA. Or you can email us at this address. It's twowheels@granadamedia.com. If it's two-wheel related, then we want to know all about it. So Kevin, how are the lads getting on then today?
They're doing great. They've obviously come from a road riding background, a lot of them, and they've all got R1s and Aprilias, RSVs, and they've just found it very different coping with riding off-road.
Right.
But their progress has been good and their effort is beyond reproach.
Right. You've got little sort of techniques, we've got these steep descents and steep ascents and all that. Are you going to do, what else are you going to do with them?
Today I think we're going to do some camber riding later on, and we need to do some rock steps, right. Probably some jumps later as well for just riding parkland if they need to jump across anything, but only short, sort of small stuff. Right.
What you try to teach them, you're not teaching them speed. I mean, they can't be too slow, obviously, because they're not going to catch anybody, but it's not speed, is it?
No, it's not at all based on speed. It's just confidence to ride off-road. If you teach the riders the capabilities of the bike, then when they're riding on lesser terrain, then obviously it's a lot easier for them because they know what the bike's capable of and they know what they're capable of. So it's a confidence building exercise, safety being paramount, that's all.
Right. You're enjoying yourself, I see.
Oh yeah, it's definitely...
You've got a better job than me.
Yeah, it's better than walking around Sheffield issuing tickets.
Well, it's refreshment time now, or as they say here in Sheffield, it's snap time. You don't have refreshments, they have snap in Sheffield, and in Durham they have bait. So the dogs from Durham are all having the bait, Sheffield lads are having the snap, I'm going to have my dinner. These are the bikes that we've been using today. A couple of Suzuki's here, DR400, DRZ400s actually. Honda XR400, trusty old XR400, and a couple of DR350s. There's still loads of these kicking about. Great little workhorse these, a lot of fun as well. That, believe it or not, was a brand spanking new CCM 640 this morning. Not a mark on it, straight out the crate. Not much so good now, does it? Anyway, the lads are having the snap and the bait, so I'm going to go for a little play. And the XR400 looks like a lot of fun to me. And I'll see you after the break. Well, playing in the dirt is certainly an awful lot of fun, but there is a very serious element to today's proceedings. And after the break, we'll be meeting the man responsible for the training, PC Chris Pulfrey. And the winner of Wayne's quiz gets to ride the scooters. See you after the break. Welcome back to far and distant Yorkshire. While you've been away, I've been having an absolute ball, so take them off. It really is me, under here. I've been having a ball on this XR400, great fun. And the important thing is, I've not fell off yet, but the day is still young. We're all going miles away now, over there, to another part of nowhere. So, I don't know where it is, I better follow it, lads. Follow me. This is a man I'd like you to meet. This is Mike Fisher here, police officer Mike Fisher. Are you a police officer? Are you police sergeant?
I am, yeah, police officer.
You're an officer, right, not a sergeant. Right, Mike, I probably watched you, unbeknown to me, many years ago on television, on Kickstart.
That's right, yeah. Possibly 10 years ago, started off on Junior Kickstart, worked with Peter Purvis and Jack Stites and all the rest of the superstars, you know.
I remember it.
I got introduced to that.
Did you win it?
No, proud to say though I did come second.
Right.
In final, that was on my third attempt of being there.
But that set you off, didn't it, on a bit of a career?
It did, yeah. To be honest, I started riding bikes when I was 6. Took my dad 6 years to actually find something I can do. So Dad, you did find something. At 6, started riding trials bikes. Within 5 or 6 years, then yeah, started on the big competitions, Kickstart and whatever came along.
Yeah.
But from that, I was actually given a contract by Fantic Motor.
Wow.
For Roy Carey, Fantic Motor at the time, and I've been riding for them ever since.
Right, and you've been doing competition trials up till fairly recently, haven't you?
That's right, yeah. Up until actually becoming police officer, where now I don't have the time, so
yeah. Right.
all that's been stopped.
So you're not a police motorcyclist, right, at the moment, but you're a biker when you're not working.
That's right.
What's your own bike?
That's right. I've got an R1 at home, Yamaha R1.
Right, and now you're going into riding an off-road bike as part of your job, and you're an ex-trials, man, and this is a busman's holiday for you.
That's right, yeah. When boss at work said, do you want to go on a motorbike course and I'll pay you to do it? I had to say, well, yeah, of course.
Exactly. Well, I think you'd have to be the unluckiest criminal in Durham off-road to have you chasing you. Because there aren't many going to get away from you.
Pretty much so, especially since we've been given all the best kit as well.
Exactly.
And what have you.
You've got good bikes, good gear, and you've been trained and you've been paid to enjoy yourself.
That's right, yeah.
What more could you want? Well, I'll tell you what, the lads are miles away by now.
I say we're going to catch them
I'm
up,
sure
eh?
you'll catch them, won't you?
What you do, thanks very much.
Hey, enjoy yourselves. I've got to walk back now. It's miles through mud that deep. It's horrible. Go on, Mike. I bet you can't get out of here. Right, Chris, all the lads are enjoying themselves. Everybody's still smiling. I'm smiling because I've not fell off, and you've not fell off, which is good. This is the first time you've done this for another force, should I say. You're training officers out of a different force here, aren't you? Never done before. Is that something that you're going to expand now? Are you going to become Centre of Excellence for off-road riding police style or something like that?
I don't know about the Centre of Excellence.
Well, there's not many forces do it.
Not as yet, no. But the off-road nuisance problem is nationwide. Every time we go to a foreign force, as we call them, and talk to the lads there, they've all got the same problems, nuisance motorcycling.
Right, are we ever going to solve that though? What's the answer to it?
It needs a concerted effort by the police, the government, the councils, people like that, to make use of land. Every city has got a large lump of land, ex-industrial stuff that's not going to be built on, that we could quite easily set up some off-road projects in. Because
it's noise that's the problem, isn't it, with off-road? Apart from, all right, they make a bit of a mess of the land sometimes, but it's the noise that's the big problem, isn't it? So I suppose if it was managed properly, it would work, wouldn't it? Create some jobs, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
We must say, actually, in this conversation, that we fully recognise, like, you've got people like the TRF and the Big Trail Bike Club who do things absolutely by the book and use green lanes and all that sort of thing, you know what I mean? So I suppose if you wanted to ride off-road, join one of those organisations. That would give you a taste, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. There are clubs and events every weekend throughout the country. As you say, TRF, they've got access to all the roads that you can use legally off-road, so you can go out there and enjoy it with a little bit of effort and do it legally and not have to worry about us popping up behind you.
Excellent, excellent. Well, there you go. We've solved all the problems of off-road riding forevermore, haven't we?
In half an hour.
Scripts. This is the trouble, you see, with these studio jobs. They give you scripts and they're no good to me because I can't read. I need pictures. Anyway, our contestant from the quiz show, oh, what a clever fella he was. He was handsome as well, young and suave, debonair, suffocated. But anyway, he's won. He's won the chance to ride both of those scooters. So, I suppose you're now interested to know of his opinion. Well, let's find out. Well, the first one of the two that I tested was that baby over there, the yellow and blue one. That's the 303 RS. Now, that particular one has got the 50cc moped engine fitted to it. So the first and apparent thing was it was positively boring because it only does 30 miles an hour. In fact, oh, it made me sleep a little. But you can't deny, it certainly looks quick. But this would be fast if it was the 125 4-stroke version, but it isn't. This is the 50cc, 30 mile an hour version, perfect for the 16-year-old, young lady, young man, because it looks the part. It looks Italian in its style, but it's made in the Far East, so the price to quality bracket is very, very good. So you can look the business without actually breaking the bank. But do you lose out on anything else? Well, you don't, to be honest with you. It's got nice, stylish wheels, 13-inch. It's got a disc brake at the front and only a drum at the back. Not a problem with this one, the 50cc, but maybe a little bit of a problem with the bigger engine version. But that's not a problem for the moment in this format. It's got a side stand and a main stand, well, that's brilliant. And down by the side stand, it's got a loop so you can fasten your chain and lock the scooter to something, a lamppost, a railing or something, so your scooter is nice and secure. And then when you do park her up, you've got, as you do with most of them nowadays, nice big aperture under the seat to put your crash helmet and a few bits and pieces. So the overall package is perfect, but I still want that bigger engine. And that's exactly what I've got over here with the 125 version. Now this is more like it. This is the 125 version. So, but it's in a completely different style of bike. In fact, it says on the side here, 125S off-road sports scooter. Well, there's no way you're going to get over great big rocks and things and down some twisty off-road lanes with this, is there? But then again, you never know. So I reckon what you've got to do is you've got to move the rocks out of the way. Now straight away it's fairly obvious that these two machines are entirely different. This one is by no means as stylish as the 303 RS, but nonetheless it's very practical. The riding position is exactly the same, and when you're sat on there and you've got those handlebars in your hands, you can't tell any different. It's only the onlooker who sees the difference. Practicality, well, there's some metalwork at the front that protect the headlight. I really don't think they're needed, but certainly this is a useful accessory, a little tail rack that allows you to put a top box on. But you've got to be careful where you fit the box or what you put on it, because the aperture to get the petrol out is here on a petrol cap exposed and not under the seat, as indeed the previous model and quite a lot of other scoots. The brakes are a little bit more efficient because it's got two little brake caliper, well, one caliper, two pistons in the brake caliper, making it more efficient on the front, but it's still a drum brake at the rear, and it is only 10-inch wheels. And now, even though they've got great big fat tyres on it, the overall circumference is still smaller than the 13-inch wheels on the other model, and they definitely work better on the bumpy road. But the overall package is very, very good if you consider several £100 cheaper than quite a lot of alternatives for a 125 4-stroke engine. Well, there's no doubt about it, both of those machines have come out smelling of roses. Certainly if you include them on a poll for best value for money. because they are certainly very, very good value for money. If you weigh up the fact that the little 50cc version in the framework or in the bodywork of the 101 will only cost you 1,300 quid. But I'll go for the posh one. Oh, well, why not? I mean, I've got the opportunity. I'm going to go for the one that will cost you £1,800, and it would be the 303 RS version with a 4-stroke 125 engine. So there we have it. Meanwhile, everybody else has disappeared and gone to the bar, so why don't I join them?
I've just been flicking through a lot of these motorcycle magazines, and it's occurred to me that in every one of them there are lady bikers. There are pictures of them, there is stories about them, and I've realised that there are no lady bikers on our show. And we want to change all of that. We want you lady bikers to get in touch with us here at Two Wheels, and there are a couple of ways you can do it. Firstly, you can write to us at this address: Two Wheels, Men and Motors, Granada, TV, Key Street, Manchester, M60 9EA, or alternatively, you can send us an email. There's the email address, twowheels@granadamedia.com. Tell us all about yourselves. Tell us what's good and bad in the world of biking for you lady bikers. And who knows, instead of having your picture in a magazine, you might get your face and your bike on the telly. But on next week's show, we continue the off-road theme as we send road rider Gary Thompson out to try a gas enduro machine for the very first time. He will be very sore, believe me. Wayne attends the opening of a brand new motorcycle showroom, and I travel to the south of France with Honda, and we take a unique look behind the scenes, the headache, the heartache, the organisation involved in launching a new motorcycle to the world's press.